What's up, music fam? I really hate to say this, but I think as music producers, we're in a state of emergency. The title producer used to carry a lot of weight, but now when you tell somebody you're a producer, it's almost like a joke. Honestly, producers are no longer needed. But if we've ever truly loved music, we can't just go out like that. So I'm back, making another R&B beat, actually, composing an R&B track. As I discuss why producers are no longer needed and what we can do about it. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me start by saying that this is not a negative video, and I do believe that there is hope for music producers. But I'm also going to be very honest because I believe that before we can find a solution, we have to understand that there's a problem. Let's start by defining what a music producer actually is. A music producer is a person who oversees the creation of a song from start to finish. This doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be the beat maker or composer. They don't technically have to be the arranger. But the producer is the one who is responsible for making sure the song is finished. With this in mind, we can understand how every producer might take a different approach to accomplish this task. One might sit down with a piano or sit down with a guitar and sketch out the song idea with the artist. Another might start with a sample and compose a beat to hand over to the artist. But no matter what the producer's process is, a huge part of his or her role is to work with the artist and oversee the process of creating the song. Not just the beat, but the whole song. With that said, actual producers are now and always will be needed. But music producers by today's standards can, will, and already have been replaced by artists themselves and by technology. The truth is that if a song was created, someone did produce the song. It's just that a lot of today's music was produced by the artist. And there are some artists who are actually good at producing their own music. Every once in a while, we find someone who can find a beat online, write to it, and produce a really, really good song. And to those few artists, I take my hat off to them. Hey music fam, before I get too deep into these beats, I want to let you know that I finally released my very first loop pack, Mellow Signature R&B Loop Pack, Volume 1. This is my collection of 123 original R&B loops and stems that I'm very excited to announce, because this is something a lot of you have been asking for a while. You can take a listen, and if you like what you hear, purchase at the link below. And as always, I want to thank you in advance for your support. But the problem with today's music is that poorly produced music has become so popularized that well-produced songs are starting to sound abnormal. The poorly produced songs have become such a trend that even the major labels are now creating similar songs because they now sell better. The masses are losing their taste for harmonies, full song structures, storytelling and good songwriting, and even good melodies. The world has become hypnotized by the beat of the drum and has lost its taste for music. But here's the good news. We're still human, and so are our listeners. And because sound and vibration are such an integral part of who we are, musicality will always resonate with us at our very core. Real music will always awaken our slumber. So what we can do about it is to preserve the art of music production by preserving the art of actual music. Where there's nothing wrong with trends, if we want music to be appreciated forever, we have to preserve music in its totality. That includes harmonies, different melodies, and not the same ones over and over, real instrumentation, and just the overall human element. Now I know some of you are not here to make music production a career, and that's fine. Some of you might just want to get off work, or maybe you're even retired, and you just want to come home, make beats, and find peace. Maybe you're younger, and it's not necessarily your passion, but it's just something you're doing as a hobby. That's fine. But there are some of you who feel that music is your purpose, your calling. If that's you, and you're watching this video, I want to implore you to come along this journey with me, because we have a lot of work to do. There are about 120 songs uploaded to streaming services every single day. Yes, I said 120 songs every single day are being uploaded to be released. Every one of those songs, whether they have lyrics or not, is saying something. As music producers, we have a huge part to play in that. I'm not just talking about the lyrics. I'm talking about the emotion of those songs. We have a responsibility to oversee the production of those songs. But why would the artists allow us to put our hands on their songs, and then on top of that, demand to be paid for our role, if they can just produce their own songs? Well, yeah, if all the song consists of is just taking a loop and snapping the drum loop on top of it. Artists can do that themselves. No, they don't need us. And if that's where you are right now, okay, start there. But as music producers, eventually we have to prove that we're needed. We need to show artists that we still have value, and that we're not just doing what they can do themselves. This means actually having something to teach artists. For me personally, a huge part of that comes from being a musician. When I'm working with an artist, I can help them come up with harmonies because I can translate piano chords to vocal harmonies and use the keyboard to create melodies for them to sing. But every producer is different. As a producer, you have to find a way to make yourself valuable to artists. Every producer doesn't have to play an instrument. Some producers bring in other musicians or vocal arrangers, but having some musical knowledge does come in handy. But whatever your process is as a producer, it's getting very hard to stand out among the many beat makers who say they're producers, and even artists who produce their own songs. And you do have to stand out in order for artists to understand that they actually need you. But to even have a chance of standing out in this world of music, you have to have a love for the music, because if you don't, you can quickly and easily lose your drive. So wherever you are on your musical journey, I would strongly suggest just taking some time to really dig deep and remember what made you fall in love with music. Go back and listen to some of those songs, no matter how old they are. Then allow yourself the freedom to create. Remember, before the song is produced, no one has ever heard it. That means that you are free to express your emotion through your production, along with the artist sound, of course. Don't be afraid to sound different, because we definitely need different right now. Don't be afraid to be you, because your music has a purpose. Yes, the world is saturated with so much music that listeners are getting tired of everyone releasing songs. But what they're not tired of is emotion. I still have hope that we can touch the hearts of the masses with our music. And further, I personally believe that we can help change the world with our music. But we have to do the hard part. We have to bring back a standard of excellence. Because the truth is that to create the type of music that's being put out to the masses today, music producers are no longer needed. But I believe that we can bring back the standard to music production. I discussed how you can find your signature sound. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, you all be blessed.